Welcome to the show. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the hit show. You see the subjects below. The guilt of R.Kelly, and then we also going to talk about no mask, no service. Oh, we're going to start the show today. Um, I'm going to screenshot a couple things that's we're going to talk about. And the first one I just pulled up is R. Kelly's ex-wife of 13 years says her heart breaks as mother because this is now my children's legacy, as she discusses her life of constant fear during their marriage. Um, I'm gonna let them talk first. I'm gonna say my shit last because y'all already know what I'm about to say. So I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'm gonna talk last because
I feel like she got her story and she just want to tell her story, right? She was married to the man for the longest, so she do got a lot of history with him. Uh, do we hear her out and accept everything is 100% true? I don't. I think she might be exaggerating at times, but where there's smoke, there's fire. A lot of people have come out and said things about this nigga being abusive, mentally controlling, just weird, doing all types of weird shit. And we saw the video evidence of this nigga being weird. So I think where there's smoke, there's fire, and we should hear her out at least.
But you, Terry, what you think?
I think personally, as his wife, she probably was abused herself. I mean, you treated all the women the same, in my point of view. So, what makes it different for a wife? So most likely she probably been abused for those whole 13 years she was married to him. And there's no telling when he married her. How old was she when he married her? You know what I'm saying? We gotta look into that.
I think she was that one older. She older,
she's
like
older.
She was his choreographer.
Oh, okay. Well,
so she knew.
Well, she could have still never had love or something.
Could be.
Yeah,
I think she was a singer.
She probably pulled like.
She was a singer and an actress and all that. She just saw the talent in that nigga,
Yeah.
I think, and loved him.
Yeah.
That nigga was talented as fuck.
Right.
Raw.
And there's no telling what kind of brainwash he did to her.
Hey, listen to this nigga lyrics, man.
I mean,
you know the nigga got mouthpiece. If the nigga could write them lyrics like that.
If you write for Michael Jackson, nigga, you got some game.
She probably was brainwashed too.
Could have been.
And then snapped out of it. See, so she is older. You know, so.
Well, I kind of agree a little bit with Derry said we should hear her out.
Hear her out, yeah.
Because she does have a story. Because I think now she's able to come and tell her story because everybody else that was able to tell their side of the story, finally, she's able to tell hers as well. I'm not going to say I'm going to believe everything she says, me personally, because she's also capitalizing off this trial.
What's wrong with that, capitalizing and telling the truth, though?
Because I can see if you want to tell the truth to get healing and for people to know the truth, I understand. But it's a difference when you're about to just jump on social media and start making money off of that rather than just saying, you know what, this is what he did. And my thing is this, the other part I've never heard, even though she was a wife, I've never heard her once say, I tried to get him help. It's always he did this and that. Not saying he's not a bad person, because he definitely is. But I've never heard.
Why is that her responsibility to get a grown man help?
As a wife, okay, let's flip it around. If it was her acting like that and all he said was bad shit about her, as a black man, he would be thrown to the wolves.
I don't know.
That's his wife.
I don't know about that.
If your husband
is
a wife,
this nigga and abusing this
I don't know
nigga
if he would. I'm saying, okay, but what? This what I'm saying though. Also,
go ahead. Speak up.
The biggest thing is the Me Too movement.
Okay.
Because if this was happening in 1989, why was this exposed in 1989? Why does it take till 2021 for it to be exposed? And now you're sitting there and you're the vocalist for all the people that, oh yeah,
Mhm.
I have to say this and I have to express this. If it was happening back then, why weren't you woman enough to stand up then? Now you feel like you can woman enough to stand up now. If for some sucky shit, it's some sucky shit. Stand on it.
Right.
Don't be pussy. You know what I'm saying? Stand on it.
Well, it's two things. I'm glad you made a good point. Two things to it. One of them,
I hate to say that, but that's how I look at it.
I feel you because you saying she should have said something when something was going on. I said that also, but also the type of women he dealt with, honestly, were really insecure.
They're insecure. They
And
didn't have brains.
They weren't. Honestly, I
That's what
believe.
said.
You know what I'm
apologize for saying it. Don't be pussy.
We don't know what
Obviously,
position she
No.
was in.
Nobody thinks constantly like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why I said. That's why I apologize.
And it's not an intelligent thing,
Yeah,
or
no.
It's
even
insecurity.
them
Yeah.
being weak.
They're weak.
No, it ain't even about them being
Well,
weak.
no, 'cause
it's
on-
just manipulation.
Yeah.
No, 'cause on-
anybody can
Yeah.
be manipulated. A
They
strong-minded
call him
person
a
can
Pied
be
Piper
manipulated.
for
One of the
a
ladies
reason.
on the
Yeah.
on the
Right.
They call
Survivor,
him Pied Piper for a reason.
they did say on the Survivor, R.Kelly, one of the ladies said he did intentionally prey on girls. Like if it was a party, he would go to the girl that was shy in the corner, not say too much. They said that was the type of woman he would go after. Looking at R.Kelly on camera, the way she talks, it looks like she doesn't have a lot of confidence and she's insecure by her body language, the way she talks. Even though she's a choreographer, that's different from her personal, how she is personally. I do agree with you on that. But my thing is also, I don't think she was brave enough and strong enough to come forward. I mean, honestly, but also,
But excuse me.
if he go ahead,
James, can I say this? In all honesty, in 2002, we all seen that video of this nigga literally right here, dead in camera.
Mm-hmm.
Dead in camera. So even right there, where there's specific proof of
right?
why did she say,
She might have though.
you know what?
No, I didn't see nothing.
Read the article. I think she might have
Okay,
said.
let's go to the
Let's
second
go.
article.
Let's see if she said something.
Okay, let's go to the next
Because I
article.
believe she did
right,
say
you know what I'm
something.
saying?
Okay,
This should have generated more after that. Like, okay, since there's proof.
I didn't want to go into it that far yet, but
You know
okay.
what? Yeah, he did do that.
Because I was waiting to go there, but you brought that's good. It's good though. That's good stuff. No, that's good stuff. That's why I like having you on here. Okay, this is the second article. It says, my heart definitely goes out to the survivors and the courage it takes to come forward and tell the story. But my heart breaks as a mother because this is now the legacy that my children will have to deal with and their children's children. At the end of the day, you cannot walk away from your bloodline. She explained, I have the ability to separate and distance myself from it, but this blood runs through my children's veins and it's part of their DNA and they couldn't escape even if they wanted to. So it's very difficult for me to sit in that position. Okay, now, let me say something before I read the other half. What I read on Google, they were married from 96 to 09. That's what I read. Okay, married for 13 years. Who was he married to before that?
Aaliyah.
How old was Aaliyah when he married her?
14.
So if he married her in 96, that means she was around for a few years first, during the marriage of Aaliyah, during when they knew he liked younger women, right?
And they were married when that footage was out.
Yeah.
And they were married when that footage was out. So why
That was after they got married. They got married in 96.
Yeah, they were already married.
96.
The footage came out in 02.
Yeah, it came out.
Jay-Z and R.Kelly album came out in what year?
02. Well,
Yeah.
01,
You
02?
say got married in 90.
They got married in 96. Yeah,
Yeah,
right
so
after.
she had already been married to him.
You
She already been married to him
You
for
get
all
what I'm
those years.
saying? Okay, so what I'm saying is, they were married when this footage
Came out.
was filmed,
Right.
recorded, and came out. And she still didn't say, whoa.
We don't know that though.
Because
I think,
there was no social media
but
then
as
either.
I was reading the article, I believe she kept saying, I was telling people when I was saying shit, people ain't believe me. And then the video came out.
No.
And
Because
Sparkle
we can't discredit her
said
saying she
something.
wasn't.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, all I'm saying is,
Mhm.
is just, okay.
She should have divorced him then.
That nigga Jay-Z and R.Kelly, their biggest hit was Not Guilty.
Right.
And then that nigga had a platinum record with Jay-Z, and then, now this shit's swept under the rug.
Because he was still.
Did she keep fighting for it? As far as we know.
Go to the article.
Okay.
I feel like she explains it.
But I'm gonna elaborate a little bit on what I was saying. But you brought up a good point. I want to talk about before they got married in 1996. That's what I read online. 2009, married for 13 years.
But before you go in, James,
okay,
let's explain what your angle is. James' point is
he already knows.
A lot of the people around R.Kelly need to have some accountability while they trying to.
I wasn't getting there yet.
But no, I want people to know what your angle is before you go in. All right. No,
okay, you kind of spoiled it for me, bro. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't even gonna go there. I was gonna say if she knew that he was married to a woman under the age of 18. Even though he's R. Kelly, he's talented, he's rich. You knew the type of character, type of woman he liked. Why would you put yourself in that position? That's all I'm saying. Not saying she's not a great woman, great mother. I'm not discrediting the woman because she seemed like she probably is a wonderful mother. Go ahead.
And what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is that the same thing. I'm not discrediting this lady. I'm not saying anything like that. But what I'm saying is we can't wait until this nigga had this case 20 years ago.
Yes, you're right.
With something like this.
And we have footage.
Aaliyah was 30 years ago. So then he has this case 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. And so now, all of a sudden, now he gets indicted, arrested, and got this sentence. Mm-hmm. This time, now you have this big-ass sigh of relief. You knew. And I hate to say it like that, but in all honesty, you knew.
I was getting there.
Because you're literally telling me, like, you're literally saying, you can't say you didn't know.
Exactly.
He did this 30 years ago with this 15-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. And you know this. You married him, he did this. So then at the same time, he did this. Like I said, he had a whole album with Jay-Z, Not Guilty. This and the third. Them niggas went platinum.
Right.
In 90, you married him in 96. This shit came out in what, like 2001, 2002?
Yeah. The album and that tape, like you said, came right out of the set.
All right, let's
having a CD.
All right, let's go back to.
No. Excuse me. I apologize. But what I'm saying is, don't have this big ass sigh of relief now.
Well, you should have did it then. I understand.
All right, but let me make a point real quick because this is why she may have had the sigh of relief. This is an article. It's a life of constant fear, and if anyone has done the research, I hope journalists will. If you decide to interview more victims and survivors, knowing the cycles of abuse is called walking on eggshells. That's what it means, she told ITTV. That term is used when you never know what you're going to get. Like I said, the interview before, having milk too cold, and the one time it's not cold enough. In 2018, Dre told The View that her ex-husband had both physically and mentally abused her while they were married. She told the show that at her lowest points, the abuse became so bad that she contemplated suicide, and then detailed the incident in the Hummer in which Kelly assaulted her in the back of the Hummer. Another incident, he hog-tied her, raped her. She fell asleep. I didn't mean to laugh at her, but I'm just laughing because it's just she literally answering what you were saying. As a result of the abuse, she suffers from PTSD and said that her motive of speaking out was to help other victims of domestic violence.
So touche.
Know what I'm saying? So,
I'm glad she's helping the other ones.
Like I said, she would probably
would.
That's what I said.
Because one thing about you, for sure, you can never speak on nobody else's fear.
Yeah, exactly.
You can never speak on nobody else's fear. You can never speak on anybody's insecurities, fear, personal things. Mm-hmm. It's never your place to say what somebody else should do. You know what I mean? So I'm man enough to say that. But what I'm saying?
She could have avoided it. Just like what I said with Dr. Dre's wife.
She had kids with him, though.
But before that, when you knew what type of person that person is, and I said that, R. Kelly had already a history before she got with him. What do you mean? Just like Dr. Dre had history. See, women, you're always making excuses.
But no.
Look, no.
I'm saying,
just like I said the last time.
Hold everybody accountable. Is that what you're trying to do?
But don't put yourself in that position.
You have to hold everybody accountable in this situation. It's not just one person.
If you know this nigga a woman beater and he like young girls, why are you going over there?
No, you got to understand. With R. Kelly, you can't just pinpoint one person because all these people he hushed up all these people, man.
Okay, but you don't put yourself in that position. But why you go over there?
But it's the thing.
You see what's
the accountability?
It's not just one person.
Listen,
It's just not one person.
Okay.
So all those people that he was paying off, they should get something. I think.
No, they all need to be locked the fuck
They
up.
all need to be locked up.
The parents, the kids,
so that's the whole
the
point.
security guard, the driver,
It's just not,
all
the
of
whole
them.
point of this.
Now, one point. Let's all be clear about this. Are you with your baby mom?
Nope.
Because of what? You walked away.
Mm-hmm.
Are you with your baby mom?
No,
Because
none of them.
You walked away. Are you with yours? That's why it's a choice. What motherfuckers
Thank you.
missing is there's a choice.
But eventually you got to go through some shit, and everybody's tolerance level or ability,
different.
financial security to leave. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for people to just walk away.
I'm not saying it as a sense of, but there's still a choice.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, you got the fucking choice.
Ain't that what I said?
Ain't
Ain't that what I said?
There's a choice.
All right.
Ain't that what I said? I said this 2 months ago about Dr. Dre. Ain't that what I said? If you know the nigga's crazy and he got issues, don't go over there and then want everybody to feel bad for you when he treats you how he showed you.
Okay.
Now that's just being honest.
On the next point of R.Kelly though. So how much accountability should they all have? Are you saying they should be charged the same as he is, or just get
Which ones?
I feel like
Yeah. Okay. Now let me say this. We all of us in this room have daughters. Somebody please ask me if I was. Somebody asked me if I would send my daughter over there. Please ask me that.
Right, we already know.
Okay, let's just use common sense, right? So if something happens, your ass should be liable because you know what type of person he is. So you should be held accountable. And your child is 14 years old. You're held accountable, and R. Kelly also.
Some type of traffic.
If I was the judge, I'd lock your ass up because that is. What's the difference between human trafficking?
You think
you're exactly right?
Didn't I just say he was hitting the mamas and the daughters? Didn't I just say this?
Well, ain't nothing wrong with hitting the mamas. They legal. You hit the mamas.
No, what I'm saying is, didn't I just say this?
Yeah.
Didn't I say this in the introduction of the whole conversation? I literally just said that. That's what I'm saying. They need to be held responsible. Yes.
Yeah.
Because all you're thinking about is money. You're thinking about fame. Oh, I want my daughter to be famous.
Ain't none of them blow up.
I'll fuck this nigga and shit. My daughter fuck.
How many of them blow up? How many?
That's sad.
And the sad part is,
I'll kill that nigga.
So you know the sad part is, none of them blew up. Not one.
That nigga was fucking Lee and her mama. No shit.
My thing is, who signed off on the marriage certificate?
I don't know about the mama. We ain't got no proof about that. But
no, because the uncle just came out.
She said
the uncle said
no.
The uncle is starting to speak out about some shit.
Really?
The uncle, but this is my thing. Who signed off on it? Who signed off on the marriage certificate? Who signed off on the marriage certificate? Because when they
parents.
Right. So now, if he's having sex with her, it's legal because they're married. Not condoning the shit. Right, no, I'm not saying you lying. I'm just saying, where's everybody else's accountability? Because he's been held accountable, and he should. He should be held accountable for what he did on that tape. The reason why he was not guilty because he was still making them record labels money.
Their kids sacrifices and then
exactly.
He's the only one. Don't get me wrong. He's wrong.
Oh, he's definitely wrong.
He's dead ass wrong. But what motherfuckers need to realize is these parents are looking for money and fame and all this shit. And they're sacrificing their kids and their innocence for this shit, and nobody's getting looked at. The parents are not getting looked at.
And
they can turn around and be victims, but at the end of the day, you know what you was doing. Like what the fuck? Like the same thing with Michael Jackson. You know Michael Jackson's a motherfucking pop star. Why the fuck are you gonna let your kid sleep with this grown ass man? Period.
Yeah.
Period.
I agree.
That is dumb. You're
dumb.
doing it for opportunity. So let's hold everything accountable. Ain't no motherfucking, this, that, and the third. The only victims is the motherfucking kids. The parents ain't no motherfucking victims. The artists ain't no motherfucking victims.
Well,
the victims is the motherfucking kids. Period.
So at that point,
let's say
that statement made, R. Kelly need to be held accountable for them damn kids.
He's already held accountable. He's guilty.
And the parents.
But let's do this.
But is R. Kelly being railroaded now for this cult shit? This sex culture,
no,
trafficking.
Wait. Well, this
I want to switch because we kind of landed on the topic about victims too much.
From my opinion, y'all want me to be honest? I'm gonna say he is being railroaded. This is the reason why. I'm not saying he didn't do the shit. This is what I'm gonna say to y'all. And for about 2 minutes, I'm gonna use my common sense. Okay. So, ladies, y'all about to be mad, but please get out your feelings. Let's use our brains for 1 second. This is probably the biggest R&B star ever, besides Michael Jackson. When did he have time to do this shit by himself? There's no way he could pull this shit off by himself.
But he still did it, though.
He did, but listen, let me finish. Right?
Go ahead.
There's no way this mega star can create a cult and do all these things by himself. There's not been one photo, right? I ain't seen one text message. I watched the Surviving R.Kelly shit. I watched all these people cry on Surviving R.Kelly. He beat me. He did this. I left the house, went shopping, came back. He tied me up for 3 days. And ain't nobody went to the police when they went out to go shopping. Ain't a picture of them in this nigga house. Ain't a damn nothing. But if he did do it, he had help, because there's no way he could do this shit by himself. So the people that did help him, if this really happened, they should be held accountable, because they also messed up them children's lives. I don't care if it was a security guard, the doorman, the driver. If they're assisting with the crime,
about the kid shit. We talking about the sex cult shit, right?
That's what I'm saying. He didn't do it by himself. He can't do it. How's this nigga gonna do all this by himself? And this is R. Kelly. He don't have the time. He had a team.
To have a cult, you do have people under there.
That's what I'm saying. Where are they at in this?
mean they all are right there?
No. Nobody else is on trial. Who's on trial?
I hate to say this.
He had helpers.
Where they at?
I hate to say this. Motherfuckers be saying that cult shit. Oh, their mind was also more work than this, that, and the third.
It's bullshit.
People are really physically allowed to make a decision.
Thank you.
If you fall into it, whose fucking fault is that?
It's yours.
That means you wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no
accountability once again.
No cult was built off of like this nigga ain't swing no motherfucking time clock in front of you.
Yeah.
Say, oh, you know,
Hypnotizing.
man, what the fuck? You believe in what the fuck they said. What the thing is, motherfuckers are starting to lose accountability for their motherfucking selves. Everybody want to be a victim of, oh, well, I fell for this, I fell for that. Motherfucker, you fell for it because you wanted to fall for it. Stand the fuck up, grab your nuts, and motherfucker be like, no.
And that's why I said,
period.
That's what I said, accountability. Who is going to be also held accountable? If we all go out there, if I'm the most famous person in this room, this podcast blow up, I go commit a crime, I'm the biggest podcast in the world, and I do this shit, they're going to say that nigga did not have time to do this shit by himself. But I'm the only one locked the fuck up. Look, where's everybody else shit?
I'm being funny and may sound funny. I'm a grown ass man. A motherfucker can't convince me to be like, hey, Spence, go in this back alley and do something with me.
Right.
Nigga, because I have a decision on my mind. What the fuck? Nigga, what
terrible.
The fuck? Like, that shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, good point, though.
So we're all in agreement that they all...
They need to be held accountable for actions.
The
kids, the parents,
right?
The whole
we're
team.
All in agreement that they all need to be held accountable.
They should all be held accountable.
I mean, you can't hold no kids.
Shit.
No.
Why can't you?
No, you can't. You gotta hold the parents.
They're held accountable if they go out there and commit a crime.
The reason I say you can't hold the kid accountable because of the pressure of the parent.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
That's the only reason.
And the pressure of the adults in the situation.
Yeah, both of them, they're getting middle.
Their brain not even developed.
No.
Okay.
Look,
can't do
Jack,
that.
look, I know you twisted your faces, but I say it like this. But I say it for instance of, say, for instance, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Damn, shit, you ain't got no lunch money. Nigga, you can go out there and shovel if your mama say, well, baby, I can't do it, but shit, if you go out there and get it, you'll have lunch for the rest of the week. You can go out there and do it, right?
Yeah, and if I get caught, I'm doing something stupid, I get held accountable.
I said shovel.
Woo.
I'm
Man,
saying
you
something
just
simple.
went. You
You know what I'm saying?
But look,
that's what I'm saying, though.
but here go a point though. Back to why this nigga was getting over on this shit. So some of his accusers were finally able to testify against him during the trial after hush money non-disclosure agreements, which paid up to $1.5 million each in exchange for the silence, was overturned by a Brooklyn judge. Prosecutor said Kelly suppressed allegations against him for years by pressuring accusers into signing non-disclosure agreements in exchange for cash settlements. The NDA settlements were overseen by Susan E. Loggins, a personal injury attorney. But prosecutors in Kelly's ongoing trial argued that NDA should not keep victims from speaking out, and referred to 4 other federal cases, including the ruling against Bill Cosby in 2016 when he sued one of his victims, Andrea Costan, for speaking with prosecutors.
So there's extorting.
Until now, justice has been elusive for Kelly victims, some of whom were threatened or paid into silence. And he was in 2008 acquitted of 18 child pornography charges stemming from 27-minute sex tape. After the girl refused to testify, she probably got paid off back then. Extortion.
Yeah, so
Man, I said this though. Let me say it like this.
So after this nigga come out with a tape, and this nigga was married to a girl under 18, you send your kid over there, knowing if something happened, you know what, he got money, I can sue him. That's extortion. And am I right or wrong? Is that extortion?
yes, it's
No,
So that's
it
extortion.
is.
No, people was trying to sue this nigga when it happened though too. Like right when it happened, they was trying to come out, but he was fucking like on their ass.
You know, I feel like this conversation should be dead because at the end of the day, it's a defense of when the nigga was wrong completely.
No, he's wrong.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
definitely
So,
wrong.
Like, there's really no need for no debate of how accurate what happened. That nigga's dirty.
He's dirty. The problem is the people that helped him is not being held accountable.
yeah.
I know.
That's the problem.
So we-
Because they're just as dangerous. They're still on.
He's a
Think
pervert.
about it.
He's a
We
pervert.
keep saying this all over and over.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
over.
But at the end of the day,
Everybody should be held
He's the
accountable,
main-
but he's the main one. He
He's a
is the one.
pervert.
that-
So do y'all feel safe out there knowing there's
I'm
could be
saying-
a team of people that help a sexual predator and nobody's been held accountable? And y'all got daughters?
I never said that.
That's what I'm trying to point.
I mean,
I'm
you
trying
cut
to
the
make.
head off the snake. That usually you cut the head off the snake, James. That's
You
what
think he
do.
did the shit by himself? It's common sense.
Now that he did money.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
James,
If
you
y'all
cut the
really
head off the snake
Okay.
and you good to go. They're
You
not
don't know
about
what them other people capable of. They've already done it.
How much are we gonna go over the same thing?
It's not the same thing, but y'all. That's the point I'm trying to make.
The whole point
The
is you want
accountability.
other people accountable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
we
they're
all
on the
agree.
loose. They're out here running free.
Yeah, we all agree that. So
That's
what
what-
you have to do? You gotta go track them down.
That's not a problem.
James is deflecting right now because R. Kelly guilty as fuck.
He's guilty. What about everybody else?
Yes.
Everybody's guilty.
They not as guilty as the nigga that was doing the sexual act.
Everybody
James.
is guilty.
So y'all never heard of guilty by association?
But they're not as
And they actually did
We
this.
said they're
Okay.
accountable. They should
I'm
be
gonna let
held
y'all.
accountable.
Okay, since I'm
We
crazy.
all agree.
Okay, so why
How
they
much
being
should
held
we-
accountable then?
I just said
Anybody else in court?
we don't know.
James,
You gotta go down there
Find
and
the
get
same
them.
motherfucking purpose and
We
pay
just
for
go to
that
the next
shit.
one.
Bring him on here and tell him.
Y'all like to rush me when I'm making a point.
No,
There is
tell
no
the same
point, because
motherfuckers
we
and
can only
pay
say
that
so
shit.
much.
That's
They wrong too. I'm not
We
saying
held
They
accountable.
all this shit too, bro.
everybody.
Them motherfuckers keep lusting motherfucking words and paying for such a small community. Man, there's a whole bunch of purpose on this
You're
motherfucker.
close.
Bro,
James, you
know what I'm
gotta
saying? No shit.
you
There's a
gotta
whole
make
bunch of
sure you
motherfuckers.
at least cut the head off the snake. That's
Yeah,
the
man,
main
fuck
most.
That's the main.
The
But what
person
everybody
doing the
else?
sexual act or the
How do
got
we-
the money flowing, whoever that motherfucker is, you take them out.
He's the face. How we know he's just not the face of
You
it?
know what? We just
Because ain't nobody else doing the sexual act. Who else would be the face?
We're not
How we know
detectives,
somebody
man.
in behind them pulling the strings? How do we know? We don't know.
What strings are they?
We don't even know if this shit really happened because there's no evidence in his house.
Nigga, it's evidence he peed on the
No,
girl.
that's
Nigga,
good. Yeah, no, that's
No,
evidence.
it ain't different.
That's
That's what we
evidence.
talking about. That's why he guilty.
I'm
nigga.
talking about
It's all in his
Besides after the tape, all the allegations.
Jesus.
I'm just saying though,
We can only go over this so much.
it's just common sense. Oh, he dirty.
What is this no mask, no service?
It's coming
What
up.
is it?
This nigga funny.
I'm serious though.
If you fuck with kids, you're a fucking
So if one nigga out here is the one fucking, he got a team of people. The other people just running free.
He getting his karma.
Yeah, because he's wrong. He definitely wrong for shit. And so is everybody else that helped him. If you watching and you help that nigga, you wrong too. You should be held accountable. We're gonna get to the next subject. No mask, no service at these restaurants. I'm using my good common sense again. I know y'all get mad.
I haven't been to one yet.
I know y'all get mad at me, but you know I use my good common sense. A lot of y'all ain't got it. Now You have to have a mask to go into a restaurant.
Where though?
Wendy's. Let's say Wendy's up the street.
Because I've been places.
There's
they
a
ain't doing that
sign.
shit yet.
Yes, they are. A lot of places are. Yes, they are.
Nah.
Go across the street to Wendy's. It says no mask, no service. Going without a mask, they tell you to leave.
What?
Now, listen, they won't serve you. It happened to me yesterday. Now,
Happened to you?
when you go in with the mask, guess what happens when you sit down and eat? You take it off. So why do you have to have a mask to go in?
It's
And
all
when you sit down,
point.
you got to take it off.
It's all redundant at this point.
So this is my thing. If we're going to do that, then let's just make it to where you can't go in and eat anywhere. You just either have to order, they bring it out to you, you go to the drive-thru.
Well, that's how it was during COVID.
Because you still, when you go in with the mask, you take it off. So I'm not understanding this whole mask thing where certain places, like restaurants, you have to have it on to enter, but when you sit down, you take it off. Like, what's the point? Because if you do have it, you're still spreading the virus. You're still spreading it. So what's the point? I'm using my good common sense here.
There is no point.
Exactly. That's what my point I'm making.
There's no point to any of this.
This whole virus mask thing shit is just getting out of hand.
There's
And
no point to this.
they should do another shutdown. With restaurants, you should be able to go in and eat then. Because it is about to be winter time. It's harder for people to fight off colds, especially if you live in Ohio like we do, when it's flu season 8 months out the damn year. You shouldn't be able to go into restaurants. Grocery store, you should have any public place, you should have to have a mask. So that's one thing that really bothered me about that no mask, no service. And then some places like Cleveland, fucking you ain't gotta have a mask. You just walk in and walk out.
Yeah.
As long as you got the money, they don't give a shit.
I mean, as soon as it get cold again, these numbers about to go up.
Of course.
They're gonna try to do the red zone, the zoning thing.
I think they're gonna do another shutdown.
And they're gonna do another shutdown possibly.
Yep, they're gonna shut down, and then you gotta have a curfew and be in the house and shit. Curfew, I was out partying. Fuck that curfew. You don't tell me to go in.
They definitely trying to force this shit.
They want to force everything. Yeah, that fake ass vaccine.
Don't say that.
Oh, that shit corresponds
definitely flag our
with
video.
the common flu. So the biggest thing is you have a common flu,
Mhm.
and that this shit can correspond with that. So it's the same levels and all this shit. So at the end of the day, if you have a flu, if you have a regular flu, it can correspond with COVID. So this is the biggest thing. And I'm not saying anything like that, like, oh, COVID is a joke or anything like that, because the shit is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing is, I really feel this shit is a man-made thing, because one thing you gotta look at is how much shit came up after.
Allegedly. Go ahead. No, it got to be allegedly because they'll flag our video.
Because there's some haters out here.
Allegedly,
We
you know
speaking
what
the
I'm
truth.
saying?
It's haters.
But what I'm saying is, all these stimuluses come up out of this. All this motherfucking free money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it ain't free.
I know. Trust me. That's what I'm saying.
Ain't free.
What the fuck?
Ain't nobody getting taxes 2022.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying it. I would never disrespect it like it's a joke, because
Right.
there's people that really have passed, and I apologize to the families and all that. But in all honesty, allegedly, I feel like it's
A lot of convolution.
strategized warfare. It's strategized warfare. Because now we get X, Y, and Z. Is these white folks ain't never gave us no opportunity to give us so much money. Now all of a sudden, like, they giving us so much money. We got this opportunity. We got this opportunity. Man, what the fuck these white folks ain't never did this because of this? Come on, man. These motherfuckers did this on purpose. And like I say, I don't minimize the people that actually went through and this, that, and the third, because they really had to go through it. That was a physical pain for them. But these white folks playing games with us, bro.
Yeah.
Period.
It's like all the money coming in and all this stuff it's a part of a plan.
You know what I'm saying? That's fine. I stand on that.
We live. Ain't no editing. Ain't no editing. We live.
It's white folks playing with us, bro.
It's like they keep saying the government gonna run out of money.
Organized warfare, period.
The government gonna run out of money, and that's what their tactic is. They flooding people with money, and make you get into a comfortable place, and then they're gonna pop up on you like, ain't no more motherfucking government funding.
No, there's gonna be no more income taxes.
Ain't nobody working right now. Ain't gonna be no more unemployment.
They can have unemployment. I'd rather go to work. I'd rather go to work. I don't want unemployment. I like getting up and going to work. I don't want.
But I'm just saying they setting it up.
Yeah, I
it
know.
is all planned. It's a setup.
But they should. I'm gonna be honest because I had unemployment at one time, and I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people now, you drive down the street and you see McDonald's now. The lights is closed at 5 p.m. Nobody wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Wendy's, you go to certain places 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What's going on? Oh, we closed. We have enough workers.
That's crazy.
McDonald's, Wendy's giving nigga. When did McDonald's give you $1,000 sign-on
These
bonus?
niggas start
$15
$15, nigga.
I'm about shit.
McDonald's start niggas off at $15
Plus $1,000 sign-on bonus.
That shit crazy.
To fry some fries that ain't even real, but they still good. I love
fake
them.
ass fries got cracking.
Go ahead, please.
One thing about this thing for sure, I say it like this: we didn't ask for them stimulus checks.
No, we didn't.
The government signed off on it. We're gonna help y'all out. Why do we have to pay it back? That's a motherfucking scheme, bro.
Yeah, it is.
And think about it, like, I said this all.
Okay, well, go ahead. You already talking?
But no.
Okay.
SBAs and all that shit. What the fuck?
No, this all is just opportunity to kind of
Like, what the fuck you think all of a sudden
make the money overflow and then us run out of it.
It's everybody struggling, so everybody won't.
And then you know what happens when the money runs out?
When the money run out,
You know why they came out with the movie The Purge? Because that's what they want to have.
Yes, what's gonna happen?
They trying to make the money run out while people not working right now. Niggas ain't got jobs, they comfortable,
Exactly
they gonna
what's
pop
gonna
out and be like the government ran out of money.
Go ahead and say it again. Let me turn the microphone. Say it
The
again.
whole fucking economy. They're resetting the whole economy. They want us to depend on them again. So they can get their shit together again. So now it's, y'all owe us. So now we can get our shit back together. So now we can pay these people.
And they'll get out of debt.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Man, these motherfuckers is playing us like dummies, and motherfuckers don't feel like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest, man. These niggas ain't giving us no free money for the motherfucking fuck of it. Man, these motherfuckers did all this COVID shit and all this shit. And like I say, I hate to, I'm not saying it on the sense of like it's fake, but I'm saying it because I mean this shit. Man, this shit was organized. This is organized mayhem to restart.
And they show and they tell us when they're gonna do it by the movies. If you watch the movies, they show you what they gonna do, but we can't do nothing because we don't control
the
that.
movies. They say it in their reports and
but
their
in the
interviews.
movies they show us everything.
Fuck a movie, James. In the real life reports and interviews, they've been saying for the past 10 years, there's gonna be an epidemic. There's gonna be a virus. We're gonna have to have a vaccine. They've been saying all this shit. Bill Gates literally went on fucking TV and said, well, to save the world, we got to depopulate the earth, allegedly. He definitely said that, but I'm saying allegedly because these niggas.
Well, you have to say allegedly because he actually went on there and said it.
That shit's crazy.
Organized mayhem.
All right, so this.
Organized mayhem. This is all this shit is. Organized mayhem. This shit was planned. This shit was meant to be.
It definitely was.
Allegedly.
And go Browns. That's right. We 3-1.
Yeah.
Who? I like Steelers when they ain't playing the Browns. They ain't got shit.
Go Raiders, baby, 3-0. Monday Night Football tomorrow. Let's get it.
All right, so this is what I want y'all to do. I'm gonna end this video here in a second, but I'm gonna share this all week. I want y'all to comment and share it. Tell me if the people should or should not be held accountable that helped R.Kelly do this if they did it. And the no mask allegedly, and the no mask, no service signs, and how y'all feel about going in the restaurants if they won't let you in if you don't have a mask, and then when you do have a mask, you sit down, you can take it off. All right, so I'm gonna be sharing this all week in the groups like I always do in my story. Thank you for watching the Hit Show podcast. Y'all have a good night. All right.